Hey guys, this is Juan for JuanSource.com. I'm going to be doing a demo commentary from the CVP playoff match from a couple weeks ago. This is Pandemic versus Core on DE Inferno, and I'm going to start off right away here. And hang on. Alright, I'm going to start off right away here, and we're going to be mainly speccing Mustang, and I'm just going to kind of explain his roles that I put him on T side because they're very crucial roles here. And what he does here on the T side is mainly he's in charge of getting control of the hull right away, and that is a very important thing to do here because we don't want to ever let him have complete control of the hull because it gives him a much better idea of where we're going to go if they have control of the hull all the time. So Mustang's going to be he's going to be the guy that's pushing him back every round, making sure that we have control of the hull rather than they do. And you'll see in this very first round we go ahead and take control of the hull, we drop back, and now we're ready to go B since they have a little bit less of an idea that we're going B since they don't have control of the hull. And what we did here was just a simple arch and arch side mid and banana split, and we actually did it quite well. Paradox and I wrapped from arch side. We were able to get some trades, I believe, at arch side, and we got into CT spawn, and the rest of our guys were able to come up banana a little bit later. And you'll see here in the church we have a crossfire post plant. That's exactly what you want to be doing. When you have advantage, again, you want to be setting yourself up for trades. So we did a good job that first round. Again, we're going to be speccing Mustang here, and I'm going to go hopefully into more depth here as to how we take control hull. You'll see Mustang and I, we rush up the alt mid quickly here. The reason why we do this is we want to get up to this point very quickly so that we can hear them if they go into that bedroom on our left right there. So we get up right here, we break the gate, now we have control of the hull. Now we have a lot more of an area to work with on the map. We can go up mid, we can go up hull, we got guys placed at banana, so we have full control of the map right now. And you'll see Mustang smokes the end of hull right now to again kind of give the impression that we're coming towards there, even though most of our guys are dropping back towards B. Last round we split arch side and banana, so likely they're going to hold their guys arch side here, so it should be safe to go into banana. Mustang is just kind of working up this porch side mid here, trying to be a distraction. However, he got up to that point, and since he didn't see anybody, he could probably pretty safely assume that they're crossfiring passively somewhere, and so I don't think he should have gone that far up to that point, but he did anyhow. But even though it really didn't make a huge difference in the round, it's down to a 2 versus 4. Although we do have the bomb planted here, but Core's doing a good job of sticking together and trying to get the trade kills again in the 4 versus 2. Griff's able to flank here, but I don't believe he's able to get the diffuser. Yeah, it's a 3 versus 1 here, and they do a good job of just covering and diffusing right there. So again, we're going back to Mustang, and again he has a good spawn here, and you see we're going to go fast up the alt mid. You notice that he nades that window right there, and I don't know if he did that correctly. I think he missed, but usually what we do there is if we have a spotter in mid, and if he spots that someone has crossed the middle quickly, that usually means that they're going to pick that alt mid window. So we go ahead and pre-nade that on that call that someone crosses alt mid. So we decided to go fast B right here, and it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. Either we didn't flash that guy, or we didn't get in fast enough. But he actually aced us from that orange spot. And playing that spot with an op is actually surprisingly pretty good. I've seen Noi play that spot as well. And oppers, even though it's a close range spot, it's a very I don't know how to explain it, but it's a quick shot, and I've seen a lot of oppers be successful at that spot. So again, he nades the window right here. Usually I'll nade too. I'm not exactly sure what I did there. Notice that since we get up alt mid quick, we always check that bench because our mid spotter really can't see if he gets the right away. So again, we're both peeking this together. One of us breaks the gate, and we just kind of post up, keep spamming the end of the hall in case there's a repeak. And it looks like we're setting up to kind of do a 3-man A take, I believe, probably towards porch side, but arch side, but we get picked off early right there. And you'll notice how core is playing right here. They're playing one aggressive on the arch side and passively on the porch side. So that's something we want to try to exploit later in the round, because if they're not crossfiring the middle right there, it leaves one guy kind of open to be killed without a trade. So we're gonna definitely exploit that. But we're again going back towards B here. We've had some pretty good success at B towards late round. We know core is the team that is very aggressive, and they over rotate a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and keep putting a lot of pressure on A. And probably working back towards B, because they are tending to over rotate a lot. So you'll see Mustang is in this in the garden corner right here, and he knows that a guy's coming at him. So what he does is he calls his teammate over so that they can double on this guy together, so that they can for sure get the kill. And they do. Mustang does a good job of being disciplined there and waiting for his teammate to come over before they peek him, and they peek him together. Again, we're getting into our default, and we're kind of expecting an aggressive, or possibly, well, not quite an eco yet, but we are expecting them to be pretty aggressive, and they do actually are very aggressive on the hall here, and we didn't do a good job of clearing that together. You see I came up the hall side while Mustang was boosting into that window room, and we didn't do it synchronized. Had we done it better together, we would have been able to get more kills at the halls, at least to trade. Maybe we would have been able to take both of them that aggressed me. But what core did right there was they both pushed up the halls. They had two guys push up, and they got the entry kill right away, and then they immediately fell off. They didn't, because they were probably assuming more guys were coming, which was right, that we're going to try to get the trade kills, and they immediately dropped off when they got the advantage. So that was well played by core. But see, what we're doing right here is we're sending guys. You can see on my radar that we have a guy towards the arch side, and he's just kind of picking up into the library. And Paradox got the kill on Torres, and that's exactly what happened right there. And so we did take advantage of nobody playing aggressive porch, and so we're able to take the site probably because of that entry kill Paradox got. And Noid actually just lagged out here, and that's partially why we lost that round. But excuse me 1 second, I have to skip ahead here since we have a lag out. Okay, Knight's back in, but we're playing this round 4 versus 5 for about the first 30 seconds or so. But anyhow, we can still keep doing kind of our default right here. Keep getting in positions to get control of the map, because we're doing a pretty good job of that when we do it the right way at Hall here. And when both of us go Hall here, we've been very successful. So once we kind of identify that there's nothing towards Hall, I think my call here was to go back towards B, since we've been having a lot of late round success there. So we want to put, again, nade pressure on middle, especially towards the arch side, since they've been playing passive porch, and then just go ahead and drop back to B. You'll see right here, Mustang does exactly what I just said. Is he flashes the guy at the arch side of mid so that he can push him back towards library. And so we have 5 guys grouped up to go banana right here. And so we're in good position. We actually did get a guy to half rotate off. He's at the end of spawn, which he's much less effective there than actually playing in the site. And so we were able to take the site pretty easily. Again, we are taking advantage of Core's over rotates as well as their passive porch. So we're in good positions again here. We have 2 guys at the garden here. We have 1 guy at the, I believe, generator, and then 2 guys grouped up banana. So we're in trade positions, which is exactly what you want to do post plant. And so not to mention we were already at the advantage, so it's a very, very likely chance that we'll win this round. Even though it didn't turn out great, we still actually won the round. So. So again, we're probably expecting perhaps a half buy here, because they've won 1, lost 1. And usually when you win a round and lose a round, your money situation isn't quite as good because of the way the money system works, and how much you get for losing a round if you've only lost 1 in a row. But anyhow, so again, we're continuing working back towards B, just because this again, is a very over-rotating team, and Mustang is doing a great job of working the hall right here. What we're trying to do is mask what we're doing every round and not give away what we're doing just based off of our default strat. And it turns out that we didn't really get the entry kills that we wanted at B. I believe Devour was at the generator, which is a very good spot to hold banana from, in my opinion, because you're not very susceptible to flashes, and you can really counter flash and random peek easily out of there. So now we're eco because we won a round and then lost a round. So you'll notice that our money is not very good. What we decided to do here, again, since they're not playing aggressive on the right side, but they are on the left side, is we decided to just explode up on this left side. Hopefully, get an entry or trade kill here, and we do manage to get a kill on the guy arch side. So what we do know right now is there's probably 2 towards B and 2 towards A, which this assumption was wrong. Because one guy actually pushed through banana, but that's kind of what we were thinking at the time, and so we decided to actually go towards B here. We got in a group when we got towards B, and it was actually turned out very good for us that the guy pushed through banana instead of held in B, because we were able to take the site a lot easier without getting kills. But we know they're probably coming quickly from our banana, so we got to get into positions quickly. And you'll see this position that Mustang gets in right now. I mentioned before this is a good spot to hold with an op from, like if you're holding it as a CT. I don't believe this is a very good spot if you're holding the bomb, holding post plant after the bomb, meaning you're trying to hold the site after the bomb, because I don't think it doesn't give you very much opportunity to drop back. Most of the time you're only going to get 1 kill and then die, if that. And so you want to post plant at B on Inferno. You want to play more towards the church. The church allows you to kind of hide and just play around with the CTs more so, and waste their time. It also gives you better spotting. You can spot from CT spawn. You can spot from the garden area, as well as you can hear the diffuse. So it's a much better spot to play. Although I don't fault Mustang for getting in that spot because they knew they were already up banana, so there wasn't a whole lot he could do. He was kind of trapped in that position. But if it's your choice and you can do it, go ahead and try to get in the church post plant because it's a much better spot to hold from. So again, we're getting up control of hall, and you see we have 4 guys towards the mid right now, and I'm actually going to switch the view to them, and they explode up on this arch side, and we get the 2 kills right there, and that was very good because they're not playing in the site. They doubled up arch side, so us managing to get 2 kills right there was very good. Now we know the last guy is probably towards pit, so we try to storm this guy together. You'll notice instead of trying to plant right away, Paradox rushes in with the rest of us to make sure that we absolutely get that kill, not taking any risks. So Mustang's in the pit here and Noit's in the graveyard, and they know this is a 2 versus 1, so they just want to slowly take this. They have about 20 seconds. One's going to cover one, one's going to plant. And you know, notice that Mustang isn't too worried about the positioning of the plant because it's a 2 versus 1. He just wants to plant safely and not get shot while planting. And so the guy actually comes up while he was planting, and they were able to take him out. Okay, on CT side here, again, I'm going to be focusing on Mustang, and because he has a very important role here. He is the rotator between banana and arch side. I'm going to kind of explain his mindset right here and why he rotates the way he does, and also kind of just give it a general guide to positioning at B. And you'll see what Paradox and Mustang were doing there. Paradox was posted up with an op, and Mustang was posted up with a nade. And when Paradox shot, Mustang immediately naded because there was a guy for sure there. And that's a good thing to do if you have an opper there. Instead of just wasting your nade randomly, go ahead and have one guy spot and one guy nade on that shot because it's a much more accurate nade, and you have a much better idea of where they actually are. So right here, this is pretty much a no-brainer on the rotate. Griff dies here. Paradox is not really calling anything B, so they go ahead and rotate right away. But there's going to be later in the rounds, there's going to be better situations of kind of anticipated rotates, and he does a good job of anticipating when they're going to go A and when they're going to go B. But right here, I believe it's a 3 versus 5. There really isn't much hope right here. They have really good positioning. The bomb was already planted about 10 seconds ago, and they have 2 oppers trying to retake, so that really wasn't much hope in that situation. I probably would have just saved right away. Mustang has 1 health here, not to mention he really doesn't need to be posted up there. But either way, a good thing happens right here, and Paradox actually gets an ace when they're chasing him. So and every little thing counts money wise. It's good to do that in the first round, although you won't see the effect that has on the money until later in the rounds. But them being forced to rebuy in the second round is going to have a pretty big impact later in the match. And another thing kind of about playing B right here, they're going to do a similar setup, and Mustang tends to play towards the spawn, and I would say this is a good thing to do for the second man playing B, to play towards the spawn. First off, because I think when they're coming into B, it's a much better angle for killing them, because you're crossfired with the other guy in the site, and so they don't just have to look in one direction, they have to look in two directions to be able to kill you both. Secondly, that it's a faster rotate to A if you're playing on the spawn side here like Mustang is. You're obviously much closer towards A as opposed to playing like in the back of the site at B. So there's just a couple good reasons, and so I get one kill at A, and right now it's kind of quiet at both sides of the site. So what they do here is they just decide to kind of push out right here and spot banana right now, and this is a good move Mustang made. Unfortunately, we died at the other site, but take note of kind of what Mustang did here. When it's quiet, they just decide to flash push out, spot it, see if there's anything there. Immediately he noticed there's nothing, so they're able to rotate to the other side. Unfortunately, that was a tad bit too late, and they already had hit A. And so it's a 2 versus 2 here, and Paradox and Mustang are retaking. They're retaking from separate angles here. I guess that's okay to do on A here, since if they were to both go up porch, it would be a little bit cramped, and they could only really be checking a certain amount of angles. But Mustang gets the kill in pit right here, and he does a good job of isolating these guys right here. He jumped up into the truck, killed the guy in pit, and then it came down to a 1 versus 1 on the side, and he had a pretty good angle, a pretty good shot on the guy. So I think what Paradox just did there is, I believe he's going to just kind of flash over and peek out. And he has a smoke out of the car, and he likes doing that, I notice a lot, because that gives him additional cover from since he only has a rifle, it gives him cover from if there's an AWP or deep at banana, and it gives him a little bit better spotting abilities. A lot of times if you play in the smoke, you can see better than someone that was actually looking into the smoke. And right now there's calls towards A, and Mustang immediately rotates over, and we're not doing a great job of holding A here. And so there's not a whole lot he can do right here, but he's pretty quick on his rotate here, and he immediately peeks the middle and then rotates over here. Now it's again a 2 versus 4, and it's probably not much hope to win the round. They did get one entry kill right here, and what Mustang is doing is just seeing if he can get any more entry kills, and then they're going to make a decision on whether they should actually go for it or save. Since it is a 2 versus 3 now, I would say either way, if they don't get any entry kills, I would still go for it, but they're going to actually have to make a decision here. And let me see what Paradox is doing. Yeah, he's coming up from the porch. So they're trying to isolate this guy in the site. They're taking a little bit too much time going up, because even if they were to kill the guys, chances are they probably wouldn't have much time to defuse the bomb. So Paradox is back to opping, and they're doing kind of their op nade setup, and immediately there's a shot taken. So Mustang goes ahead and nades, and since we've been having so much trouble at A, we're just going to immediately stack towards A, because we've been having pretty good B holds. That was the idea. However, Paradox did make some calls that they were coming up towards banana here. And you'll notice this is a good thing to notice, that their nades are layered here at the banana site. They aren't just kind of throwing everything at once; they're layering them, and that generally kind of means that it's more so of a fake. And it actually turns out to be a fake too. They layered nades to get one guy into the site, and the rest are going towards A. And so they immediately noticed that, and Mustang quickly goes over towards A. And so we have 4 towards A now. I believe everybody at A is still alive, actually except for Griff. And so what's happening here is they already have control of the site, and so Mustang goes ahead and tries to flank around towards Hall, and he does a good job of getting the 1 kill there. However, I believe he's going to die in a second here. He probably should have just went up Hall. However, he did anticipate that guy coming around porch on him, except he was not able to get the kill there. And what Noit does here is a little bit questionable. He probably could have gotten away with it. I'm not exactly sure if he was full blind there. He just tried to defuse the bomb right off the bat, and there was a lot of time left. He probably could have afforded to fake it a couple times, at least 2 times, and find out where he was. I think he might have actually known he was hauling. The guy actually was very low. So and when you have a lot of time like that, you really want to kind of try to kill him, because very rarely is that actually gonna work where you can just straight defuse. But anyhow, again, we're having troubles at A, and it's 3-1 in Core's favor right here, so we really have to turn it around. And so Mustang, again, is going to pre-rotate towards A, and we're going to stack two by the arch side, and in fact, we probably want to even play more towards the porch side, since that's where we've been having the majority of the problems. However, that's kind of changed up by Paradox spotting this right here. And Paradox sees 2, except right away he killed one, and then there's no more action. So Mustang does a good job of realizing that there's probably not any more towards B right now, and Paradox is doing a good job also of spotting it aggressively. So we're able to kind of rotate 4 towards A here, and it ensures that we're able to lock it down. So now is probably, since you see that they're layering their nades again, it could be a fake, and so Mustang is doing a good job of kind of saving his nades, realizing that the nade pattern they just used was pretty weak. It doesn't seem like that's like a strat that they're actually trying to execute. It seems more like a fake, and so right after the flashes go off, he realizes that, and again rotates over towards A. So right now I believe we have a teammate in the site. Okay, now it's down to a 2 versus 2. And so they kind of want to make a move here, because the other team is going to be forced to plant right here. So Mustang is peeking out right here, and he's able to get a kill through the smoke. He saw a head through the smoke, and he just spams it with his rifle. And he did a good job of aggressing when he was anticipating that they were about to plant. So Noit got a pick in middle right here, and I'm not exactly sure what he called, but I believe it was more so that they were towards B, and I think that what they do here right now is double smoke this entrance. Paradox and Mustang do that. They double smoke that entrance because that makes it much more difficult for the guys coming through there to see. Because when it's double smoke like that, your screen is going to be full gray when you're actually walking through that, and it gives the advantage to the CTs that are actually looking into it. Whereas a single smoke there could be more an advantage to the terrorists. And you'll see this is what I was talking about, the layering the flashes. All those flashes just came at once, so that they can pretty safely assume that that's an execution type strat. And so they rightly assume that, although they didn't get the entry kills that they kind of wanted to get. But it is down to a 2 versus 3 in our favor. And you'll notice here on our retake, what we do here is we try to get in a group as much as possible and stick together. We're kind of spotting areas right now, and we just get up. We all go through the main here, and we try to just spot everything and stay in a group here. And we do a good job of getting the trades. Griff taps the bomb right away to force a repeak, and we're able to get the kills here. So that was a good retake on our part. So again, I believe they're going to smoke this entrance here. In fact, that might only be a single smoke. I didn't see. Oh no, now Paradox is smoking, I believe. And again, they double smoke this entrance right here, and this is a pretty good spot to play for Mustang. He was in the generator. However, he did rotate off. I think they were trying to set up like an aggressive push here. Paradox was going to spot, Mustang was going to go nade, and they got caught in the mid execution of that strat. That didn't work out too well, but what Mustang did a good job of there is delaying for the rotate. And they actually made some very good calls too, and Noit was able to rotate over, and I believe he got 2 picks on them coming into the site. So what happens here is we're trying to play this together again. My teammate makes the call that he's generator right there, and I know that he's low, so I just run up and go ahead and spam it, and we're able to win the round. So most of their rounds have been won at A, and they've been shut down for the most part at B. So we can pretty safely assume this is the game point round, that they're probably going to go more towards A. You never want to fully rely off that assumption, but you can go ahead and take some more risky moves knowing that information. So we're able to stack here A right away, and I believe they might have just rushed it, and we did a good job of stopping the rush there. And so we won this match 10-8. And the main things I wanted to highlight were just kind of a anticipated rotates from B to A, as well as the importance of taking control of Hall on Terrace side. So I hope you learned a lot, and I look forward to doing the next one.